All right. As always, got to do a sound check. Choose no for now. Got to do a sound check. Give me a sec here. It's actually watching. All right, cool. I was actually watching a little bit of Sheed We Hear, his channel. So I'm gonna go ahead and definitely subscribe. That's oh well, I just put it on the screen. Sheed We Hear. So he's got 195 subscribers. Go on and support him. He definitely comes by and supports the channel. I remember he said he was talking about me and some of the things that I do on this channel on oh man, not Sly, Ty City's channel. So I really do appreciate that. And you know, he says help the bear. So help help the bear. So I was listening to a little bit of that string because I was like, oh, is he talking about me? I was like, oh, okay, but he's talking about something totally different. So that's just my vanity there. But yeah, let's go ahead and subscribe to that. Make sure we're subscribing and supporting the brother and what he does because he supports me and others in the space. And from what I've seen, like I believe he does quite a bit in terms of like, you know, supporting financially the cash apps and stuff like that. And we got to support people that do that type of stuff because there's people that are just giving out great information, giving out game on a regular basis, every damn stream. And, you know, we just don't show any love or not too many people show love financially. So it's definitely a plus to see when somebody like him does it. All right, so I am putting some stuff together here. So using our script, what's it called? Our script, their Node.js boilerplate script. We're gonna make a whole new app. We're gonna be going through the Node.js or the Discord.js library, and we want to start working with that. I have their documentation here. What's it called? Where is it? I was listening to a video about this last night or Thursday night. I didn't get told all the way through it, but pretty good video. And what I want to do here. Oh, by the way, I did pay for StreamYard. Yay, yay. So went ahead and paid for StreamYard, and I will be, you know, it's actually should be better quality now, better than it has been in the past. Shit, it looks the same. Paid $50 a month for nothing. But I think it'll look better once like fully rendered and saved and everything like that to the channel. So it does what it can. It does what it can in terms of quality during stream, but then on playback it should be a lot better for you guys and a little bit crisper and things like that. But yeah, so I was watching a video on Traversy Media. In fact, what I'll do is I'll go ahead and while this is creating that cert, I will go ahead and edit the description of this video right now, and you guys should see it if you refresh the page or anything like that. So, video. Create a Discord bot with Node.js. So I thought that was a pretty good video. I haven't watched the whole thing. It's like an hour and 17 minutes. I got 26 minutes into it. But I want to go through the documentation and check this out a little bit. We might actually watch the video here on stream and go from there. So I should be able to go out of this, and then it'll be the what's it called? Not the library, but the repo will be obfuscate Discord bot. And all right, so everything should all be set up, certificates and all that other stuff should be set up, and we can get the app running here in a little bit. We probably won't do much with it immediately. We'll probably just like, get some stuff installed, like modules and stuff like that, and then turn it into a full-blown application that's running and doing stuff. Let me just do some stuff on the channel here or on this video to get it tagged. I usually do this afterward, but while I'm here, just get it done. I usually go through every so often and get this stuff tagged properly and put everything in the description. Okay, where's the video? Okay, great. All right, so you guys should see the update now. And in the chat, what I'll go ahead and do is go ahead and put in the link to the documentation for the page or for the project. And this is for the Discord.js project. So it gets into, I got to the part where it says like installing Discord.js. So what I want to do, exploring Discord API. Okay, cool. So that's good. That's cool, man. BGS like shared one of my videos, breakdown of how to learn technical things, and I thought it was, that was pretty cool, and that actually gave me some pretty good numbers in terms of views. So I do appreciate you guys when you share stuff, or for other content creators that can actually share stuff. Really do appreciate it, and hopefully I can get to that point where I can actually share other content creators information. I'll probably share a lot of stuff that's technical leaning, and then probably a couple other things, because I'm pretty much a sub, or I'm a small channel, of course, in the space, but a lot of you guys are from the people that are sharing me anyway, so it's almost no point in doing that, but we'll see. Depends on what it is, and I'll go ahead and share it. All right, so what we have here, I do want to check my GitHub. So GitHub, Restart Systems. Okay, so on GitHub, oof, it's bright. On GitHub, it should be night mode. I'm not logged in, that's why, I guess. So on GitHub, this actually is in place. Everything's set or started. That's weird. Yeah, I'll have to look at this because there's something about this that is a little bit off. Actually, not really. Yeah, no, not really. Yeah, it didn't do its first upload yet, which makes sense. So I don't have cat ignore. Yeah, all right, cool. Yeah, so the git ignore on the, like when it's initially created, is definitely not the same as I need it to be, or as the one that I have in my boilerplate. Actually, let's see if this, like, if I just messed up anything. So no, everything looks good. I'm just checking the fat repo. I made some slight changes to this, disabled these boxes here, and then added these boxes here, or found a way to add these dynamically. So that's nice. The only thing is just getting these names here, these long names. I don't have it saved anywhere in the back end, so it would be good to have those saved somewhere. That'll be something nice. Oh, this is undefined, so I'll have to figure that out. But then I can do submit, and then everything shows here. So, but yeah, so I got that going. All right, so Well, that's good to go. Now we're going to be looking at the documentation here for. We'll be looking at the documentation here for Discord.js. Looks like I can install it with the package manager, so I can do npm install or I, and then Discord.js. Huh. Okay. Discord.js, and then I'll do -- save. That name seems kind of off. Added 13 packages and audited. Okay, so I thought it was off, but it's fine. Totally fine. All right, so let me make sure the sound is. I want to see this here. Perfect. Sorry for the double sound check tonight. I just want to make sure all this stuff is working here. I wonder if I could share the audio of this. So this guy he's using like .env, adding the bot, creating Discord application, project setup. All right, so installing linter, Discord.js, you may find run into numerous syntax errors. Setup linter, setting up a bot application. So we're gonna do this a bit of the hard way. How did it do that? There we go. All right. Okay, so creating your bot, open Discord developer portal and log into your account. No, that didn't work. That's not how I imagined it to work there. Okay, great. So developer portal applications, we can do new application. And I think with this, it's gonna give me a key. So I'll probably do this off screen. GitHub deprecation notice. All right, so new application. Are you a game dev? We may already have an app in our database. Reach out to our dev support for more info. Claim your game. Okay. By creating an API application, you agree to Discord API terms of service. So we'll do obfuscate. I guess bot obfuscate. Yeah, just obfuscate bot. So create application public key. Great. Look, just gave me a damn public key. Okay, so application ID. I'll just change it later, but we'll copy that. We'll copy that. Interactions, endpoint URL, terms of service, privacy. Let's add a picture, I guess. No, we didn't even go over the picture of the day today. It was a pretty cool. It's like Google Server 2079 or something like that. A Google Server Farm 2079. All right, so we'll do that. Save changes. Let me go ahead and get this in a notepad here. Key. ID. I think I'll watch a movie tonight after this. I spent like the day mostly like chilling out, not doing anything, didn't do any yard work. It doesn't always help with that definitely doesn't help with my weight loss, but this weekend I just didn't feel like doing much of anything. I still have some stuff I gotta do in terms of cooking though, but that'll come in a little bit. Alrighty, so OAuth 2 and then bot. All right, so we got our stuff here. Got that going. General information. Terms of service by creating, okay. OAuth 2. Client ID. 6094. So app, what's it? Client app ID. I guess, is this? Let me see. This is copy and. Oh, okay, cool. So I guess I didn't reveal much, but we do have that now. So, all right, so I got the client secret there and select redirect URL. Oh, so that's OAuth 2. Okay, so, all right. I'm just going through this and going through the pages and looking at what we got here. Excuse me. Sorry for that. All right, so whitelist general. All right, so we can have other bots later on. All right, so click new application button, enter the name, optionally select team if you want. You should see a page like this. You can optionally enter a name and description. This section is critical, so pay close attention. It explains what your token is, as well as the security aspects of it. All right. So bot, and then add bot. So hold on, let me just. I think this is. I have to like keep this secret. I don't know. Fuck that. That's just. It is what it is, man. I'm not worried about anybody taking shit or destroying stuff. This is nothing serious yet, and I'll just change it later. Add a bot to this app. Okay, so adding a bot user gives your app visible life in Discord. However, this action is irrevocable. Close, choose wisely. All right, cool. Reading comprehension, very low. All right, so then, all right, my token here. So it gives me my token, and then I can token. Oof, well, that's a crazy string there. All right, and I can regenerate that and change it as I need to. After creating a bot user, you will see a section like this. What is a token anyway? A token is essentially your bot's password. Okay, cool. Token looks like this. All right, well, all right. And then if it's any shorter, it looks more like this. All right, so let's do something here. So for the stuff that I can't show on screen, we'll put that in another window. So sudo -I, just doing some stuff off screen here. And I will log into this screen session here. So screen -ls. Screen. And that one was just created. So screen is X. I don't even know the name of this screen. Okay, now I'm attached to that one. And 949. That's new. All right, cool. So I'm attached to that one. All right. Okay, cool. So I'm in the same screen session there, or just on a different one. All right, so token leak scenario, keeping your token safe. Another common approach is storing values in a file called .env. Hosting solutions automatically ignore .env files and load them into your process. We will shortly cover on how to do this. All right, so in this case, index.js, const.env.env.config, process.env.a.v.token. Okay. Okay. I don't use a .env file or environment file, mainly because I'm used to, like, back in the day, PHP, and with PHP you wouldn't really use I never saw where it had like an environment variable or anything like that. Essentially, what you would do is just have a config file, and then that config file, it would be appended with .example or something. So with it being .example, anytime you wanted to like change that config file, like if you wanted to do like WordPress or what else? WordPress or any other PHP based application or web application, you would change that .example to .config or move it to .config, and then do all your configuration changes for your database stuff. So I'm like so used to that. So even when I go into like Node.js, it's just like, oh, well, no, I never learned it that way. So I always do something like that. I always do something where I have ls, lh. I'll have server core. And then in here, the core.js, I'll probably have a config file or something like that, or even in my system file or something like that. So that's just usually how I do it. So if I do a make-dir, I'll do a make-dir test, and then in the test is where I'll have some stuff. So let me. Where do we want to do this? So system vars .json. No, I don't want to do it there. So with a config file, you don't want everybody to be able to read it. You only want certain people. So where do I want to store the at? Discord by sh, and then system config, system const. We'll change it later. So let's just do a server. So I'm just going to do in server core for now, and this will just change. So it's the opt, and then obfuscate, and then nano server core, and then we'll do a config.js or .json actually. And in this config.json, what I'll do is I will just have a JSON object in there. And in that JSON object, just to make sure, cat system bars. Yeah, perfect. All right, so I just want to make sure my syntax is correct, because I don't know if I had it like as a string, as a full-on string there. So I'll call this Discord token. And then in this Discord token, I'll copy and paste it. Again, I'm just doing this off screen here. But essentially, I'm just taking the token, putting it in a file, a JSON file, and then, just creating a JSON object in that file. In fact, literally, this is all in. Oh God, that's so small. So literally, this is all I'm doing is just making this JSON file. I have config.json, and I'll just make sure that this doesn't get uploaded, or I'll change it later on and go from there. But yeah, let's go ahead and make that smaller. All right, cool. So boom. And then with that being done, all right, so adding bot to servers. So keeping your token safe. We didn't do that. Adding bot to servers. If you've been following the guide's previous page, you should have a bot application set up. However, it is not in any servers yet. So how does this work? Before you're able to see your bot in your own or other servers, you'll need to add it by creating and using a unique invite link using your bot application's client ID. The structure of the URL is quite simple. The first part is just Discord standard structure for authorizing OAuth 2 applications, such as your bot application, for entry to the Discord server. The second part says client ID is to specify which application you want to authorize. You'll need to replace this part with your client's ID to create a valid link. All right, so can we do... I can't do another Notepad++. All right, so let's do Notepad. All right. So OAuth and then client ID. I have that here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. Scope bot applications.commands. So this is the client ID I had before. Okay. Second part. Lastly, the third part specifies that you want to add this application as a Discord bot with the ability to create /commands. Okay. Creating and using your invite link. Oh, I thought I created it. You fool. As mentioned above, you'll need to replace the client ID parameter with your client's ID to generate your invite link. To find the app's ID, head back to My Apps under Pages. Okay, so let's see how that looks. Minimize that. And then obfuscate. And then do we have apps here? Overview. Discord, developers, applications, me. So, all right, so we can go back to applications and it should get us to this. So we'll see my applications here. And again, you can watch this video and it gets like the video I have in the description and it condenses all of this. So you don't have to go through this stuff. But I'm kind of just doing it, quote unquote, in the hard way so you guys can see how I'm like exploring it, working with it. And then hopefully you can get to some like coding on this one here. If not, then I have to change the title of the of the stream. All right, so as mentioned above, okay, insert your app ID into the link template and then access it in your browser. You should see something like this with your bot's username and avatar. Okay, so scope bot application. So everything should be good. Authorized DJS user. All right, so let's go ahead and just go do that. Oh, wow, that's a cool knife. Oh, the picture that I was looking at earlier, that's just freaking weird. Okay, a little Final Fantasy action there, or a look. Big hippo, all right. It was here, I swear. Should be coming up next, I think. Okay, probably not. Oh, there's some like really good one. This little Batman. Yeah, this one, Google Data Center 2079, which is cool. You know, they're using all the different containers and stuff like that. Like, what's crazy about this is when you think about, you know, Africa being the next superpower, as you know, China moves its industrial, or China moves away as an industrial center to be more of a service-like economy, and Africa being the industrial center and going through its industrial revolution. this is what you imagine in the sense of like, say, like an African data center or something like that, some District 9-esque. Now that could be racist in terms of like the stereotypes, in terms of what they push and how certain things look. But I thought it was pretty cool, and it really kind of made sense. Like, okay, this is what you would see as a Google data center, like something that's really quickly done, put into place, and then like built on top of it. And then in the middle of like, you know, somewhere in Africa, in one of the African countries. So it's just like, I saw it and I was just like, I thought so many different things. And I did also think about like District 9 refugee camp level of like data centers and telecommunications and stuff. The shit you see in movies, basically. So I thought this was a pretty good picture. And this one is done by Beeple. And this one, yeah, they don't have any. Okay, so they have some other pieces. They do like the what's it called? They do like satellite dishes. Is that Halo? So yeah, pretty cool. I've seen some of this guy's work before. It's like Mario trying to run. Yeah, that's kind of crazy. All right, but yeah, definitely check that guy out. All right, so we're gonna go through our app. It's gonna ask, do we want to have it have access to stuff? Create slash commands, microbrew some local kombucha. What? All right, select server. So we'll do add server Grizzly Den, and we'll go ahead and authorize. I am human. Please click the actually containing an airplane. All right. Looks like an airplane. Kind of looks like an airplane. Kind of looks like an airplane. Kind of looks like an airplane. I don't know what the fuck that is. All right. If there are none, skip airplane. 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 All right. I guess I'm human. Cool. So we're authorized. Congratulations. You successfully added your bot to your Discord server. It should show up in your server's member list somewhat like this. Okay. So then getting your bot up and running. So now we actually have a member in my server. Hey. Server boost status. That's pretty cool. Let's get out of this here. All right, so if anything, okay, cool. So we got the obfuscate bot here. Get rid of this. And I mean, kind of the whole thing, what I want to do is be able to have like different channels in here, and then that chat, and then communicate with the YouTube API. And then every time somebody like posts a video from selected creators for that channel, so maybe it's a finance channel, right? Anything that Real Vision does, or anything that Altcoin Buzz does, or what have you, whether it's like traditional finances, trading, Forex, or what have you, being able to have it just like load those videos automatically and send, or do a push notification style message and send that into the channel, so I can see like, oh, okay, a new video is posted. And you could say, hey, listen, why not just use the what's it called? YouTube's push or YouTube's alert notifications. Well, that works for one person, but what if you want to put it into your chat? So then you want it to be almost like an environment, an ecosystem where people just go in, and then that's the only place they have to go. If you want to add somebody else to it or something like that, then some people, we can probably even do a poll or something like that and vote new channels to be shown into the Discord channel. So eventually I want it to be where like this bot will automatically feed in, say we have a community channel, right? Or, Black relationships channel or something like that. And we feed in, certain things based off of either titles or certain things based off of the channel that we're, the channel that we're, that we like. So like Kendra D, BGS Idmore, whoever else, we put them in, and they'll be on that list. And then anything from maybe BGS for women or anything for a certain title will be put into that channel. If we're doing more coding, maybe we want to look at a lot of the stuff that's posted by Traversa Media or what's that other channel? Free Code Camp and any other obscure channels where we have different live streams and stuff like that. Then we could do something like that. So that's kind of what I want to really get into. And eventually I want to like build this out and make it a little bit more robust. And honestly, turn this into something where other people can actually download the software for their own Discord server, or they can come to my Discord server, like have build a little community around that, where it's the stuff that I like and I find as being what's it called? Beneficial to people around us or in this sector of YouTube. Maybe even like finance channels, finance videos, stuff that you see with Dollar Will. So we could promote his Patreon more. Crypto with Lionel and working with him and getting some stuff, getting some of his stuff pushed out there more and having him have his own channel in this Discord server. And then, or just like, just be a part of, be a little bit more, or pushing more in terms of what we can, pushing an agenda more in terms of, like every channel has an agenda. I'm sorry, I'm like coming up with this as I go along because I'm still trying to flesh this idea out. And this is the reason why I kind of change things up in terms of the streams. But if we can do things where we can have these different channels and these channels are focused on certain things, and then even turn these channels into paid channels over time. So then, and that way it's like, okay, it's a paid channel. Now we're doing things like, okay, we're giving out maybe even signals, or we're giving out more one-on-one trading advice and things like that. And then when you're in a paid channel, then you're incentivized not to like do bullshit or anything else like that. It's like, hey, listen, I'm here for a specific purpose and I'm paying to be here. So that's kind of one thing I want to get to. And eventually is like, okay, we have these financial channels. We have the public one, and then we have like the one that is a little bit more geared to people that are really want to, improve their finances. So it could be a way of making money and really like have a content creator that this channel is made around or customized to. So for instance, again, like say a Dollar Will or anybody else, or even a Joseph Carlson, which he has his own Discord server, but just using him as an example. But actually, no, we'll use Dollar Will. Dollar Will has a financial channel on this Discord server. Then Dollar Will, we charge maybe $5-10 a month, and then I get $2 out of that for server maintenance and other stuff, right? And then over time, this looks a little bit better in terms of, okay, we're making money with this, and it's something that's actually providing a service to other people. And then we can have that built monthly, yearly, so on and so forth. So, I mean, these are things that I think will be kind of cool over time. You kind of have to build a following around it. So we'll see how that works. And if it's not my Discord server, then it's other people's, and then I just make a nice open source software. So yeah, we can do some stuff like that. So logging into Discord, yeah, all the talking I did. Let's go ahead and actually open up some stuff here. So let's do a file here. Obfuscate bot. Let's move test to trash, and then cd. Oh no, nano trash test.js. Yeah, so let's make a file here, and this file will contain this code here. So client login, your token goes here. Okay, cool. All right. My token. So let's import our token here. Const token. And we're we're going to do a require. We're going to require that JSON file that I created earlier. We don't need to add the .json, by the way. That's just something I always do. So server, like you don't have to add .json, .js, and then other, I think even .TypeScript. But those files are known, and it actually appends that to the file automatically. So whether you're you implicitly, I think implicit the right word, or explicitly, whether you define it statically or not, it will actually determine what the file name is and go from there. So server, core, and then where did I put this file? I think it's like system comps. Did I even save it? Yeah, core config.json. Core config. All right. And in that, so now that should be, when you do a require on a JSON file, it actually, it'll actually make that JSON available for you and then assign it to that variable. So I can do token dot and then Discord token. So do that. And then now startup code explained. So it says require the Discord module, create a new Discord client. When the client is ready, run the code. This event will only trigger one time after logging in. Log into Discord with your app's token. Listening for messages. So first, make sure to close the process in your console. You can do so by pressing Control-C inside of the console. Go back to your code editor and add the following piece of code. Okay, so now if I do this, it will listen. If I do this, it will log the bot in, and that'll be it. It won't do anything else. So let's do this. Make it a little bit easier to work with. There we go. There we go. All right, so let's split this sucker here. All right, so CD bot, and then we'll do node. So if we want, we can actually add the server.js file. We're not up to that point where I have like an actual server.js and running a whole file, database, and all that other stuff. We're just running code and testing all this stuff out. So right now, we want to log our bot in. Right now, it shows that the bot is offline. So we want to make that change. So by doing this, if I do node, and then I go ahead and do node, and then I have to get the file name, so trash, and it should be the only file in there. Oh, it's 2 files. All right, boom, so that's good, and boom. So ready, hey, I'm logged in. All right, cool. So the bot is logged in. That's really nice. All right. Oh, wait, where am I? And let's close this one out. So I got my bot logged in here, and the next thing I want to do here. All right, great. So I have this going. I want to make sure if anybody does join, I could see if you guys add anything to the chat. All right. All right, cool. So it does ready, console ready, and then client.login. So once ready, so this is like an event listener essentially, and then this is just a sub function of this client library that we're using. So ready. So then the event listener is ready, and then ready. Excuse me. So that's cool. It's using an anonymous function. So just breaking this stuff down so I can look at the syntax and see how everything works. So we have our bot. So now we want our bot to start listening for messages. So client on message content, right? So it's going to output that message content to us. So we'll keep everything the same and message. get out of it. So we're gonna log in. Hey, bro. Hey, yo, that's tight. All right, cool. So it doesn't show us who sent it or anything like that, but we can probably get all that information. That's really cool. Ending on a high note. Screw you guys. I'm out of here. I make things work. Talk to y'all later. Peace. Okay, no. But yeah, so this is really cool. So now we can see that our bot is working and taking in messages. So now maybe we can write something where if we see that client message on, like maybe we could respond to this or something like that. So we can do some things like that. So on the message. So I have to figure that out to where it's like, you know, all right, so you could write these bots and you can have different bots. So you can have like a moderator bot. Maybe if somebody says a word that you don't like or something like that, that could get the server taken down for any reason or what have you. There's bots that can actually do automated moderation to where people can see or people can, what's it called? People can get banned or timed out or what have you. I think I'll be doing that for like a couple channels. I might have like a fuckery, like, you know, I might have like a free-for-all channel called the Coliseum or something like that if this gets big enough. And then in that channel, anything fucking goes, bro. Like it'll just be freaking something like, what is that movie that came out years ago? Oh man, The Purge. It'll be something like The Purge. It's like anything goes, weapons free. Your mama's a bitch. Your bitch is a bitch. That'll be hilarious. And like, because people like that stuff, especially online, man. That's just how the audience is. Sometimes, you know, you just have to understand that your audience is, they're made up of children, man. Like, not everybody is this altruistic intelligentsia, blah, blah, blah. Like, not everybody's doing that, man. Some people are just total fucking asshats and they want to talk shit. So give them what they want to a certain extent and give them a place where they can offload all that information. And then it's just like, yo, listen, if you don't want to be a part of that, then don't go in that channel because that channel is not for you. You will get your ass handed to you and you will like it. So, yeah, so this is cool. And then you can also do things like you can, like when they're logging all of this, right? Like you have this in the chat, right? So like this is what I'm sure some people do this, but you can like, if you wanted to, you can damn near blackmail people in a sense because it's like, yo, everything is saved. You can say, oh, okay, everything is saved. You know, like you can save all of the chats. Like from what I'm seeing here, and I'm just spitballing this, I don't think I'll do this because it takes up too many resources. But you have to understand when you're putting stuff in certain platforms, they're saving every little bit of data and it's considered big data. You take that data and then you can actually go through that data and parse it. And you can say, okay, this user likes to talk about this. This user drops this many F-bombs. Maybe we can send porn links to that person or something like that. Or, oh, okay, this person said the N-word. Then we can send them a gift that says, listen, chill out, you know, like things like that. So you can do all types of stuff with this. So, yeah, you can even, like, as I said, you could blackmail and be like, oh, okay, I remember you said this, this, and this in a chat that you didn't think you was being monitored on, but this bot is here and I don't got to tell you nothing. You know, you could do all types of stuff, man, in all these different channels. It could be kind of crazy. And you can even get, you could probably do even nicer things such as like, okay, oh man, when I say nicer things, you can probably do nicer things like maybe have a transcript of everything that happened throughout the day in the chat. And then that transcript can be sent to certain people, you know, like maybe you guys talked about something and then you went from there and, you know, you type some things in, but you wanted to have quote unquote meeting notes, if you will. So I don't know. That's just something I was thinking about. In fact, let's just do this. Oh, wow. So it does it for all channels too. So it's like, okay, maybe we can listen for a message in different channels. Anyways, so let's get back to it so we can actually see, go from there. Oh, okay, cool. So replying to messages is ping. Okay, so message.channel.send. All right. All right, so replying to messages. We're going to add. So as I was saying, like maybe you have a words list, and you can do that as a regular expression or something like that. So we'll do if message.content. So if actually, I want to see something here. So at obfuscate bot. Yeah, so you see how it comes through as an ID, and this is a good example of how a server or application actually sees who you are. You're not Young Grizzly. You're not Obfuscate Bot. You are a number. And when you're not, like when you actually are that number, like when that how would I say it? You are a number or an ID. So it could be alphanumeric, it could be fully numeric, it could just be all alphas, and then have case sensitivity X, Y, and Z. So you're just a number. So that's why you can do things like change your name, change your email address, because it doesn't matter to the server because you're just one number in that server. And again, that sounds dystopian, it sounds insensitive, but that's how computers work. And it only sounds insensitive because you see that in movies where it's like, I'm just a number. Like, you know, to the government, is that a damn possum? Damn possums. To the government, you're only your social security number, and that's your identifier. Same thing with your bank account and other things like that. So when you understand that, or when you start to see that, then that allows you to write applications, quote unquote, better or differently. So it's like, okay, well, I usually work, you guys see it all the time where I work with unique IDs or UUIDs. That's why I like to have UUIDs, because at the end of the day, the computer knows you as this UUID, you know, whether it's a list ID if I'm working on the FAT program, or the FAT application, or if you're in Windows, I think you have like an S, it's like S dash whatever the ID is. So you actually have like a Windows ID, and for your Windows username, if you change your Windows username, it doesn't really matter because your ID, all it takes is the ID, and then it resolves that. It looks it up and resolves that ID. If not, at the end of the day, if it doesn't have something in its database for that ID, then it just returns the ID number, right? And then you can look up other things by that ID number. So you see that, I think it's like a SID, like system ID or something like that. So you'll have stuff like that. And this is why it's like, it's good to know about these things and how systems actually see you. So the reason why this is important is because maybe I don't want, I only want things that, are coming to me, right? Like, for instance, if we go here, if message content, send back Pong to the channel that the message was sent in. So, channel, so content. So I only want to, so replying to messages. Let me see here. Resulting. Oh, okay. Excuse me. All right. So if message content dot includes, and then we'll have it include, we'll have it include this string. I don't know how else to put it, but we'll have it include that string, right? So if it includes that string, then console log message content. Like, I don't want to see it otherwise unless it's actually for me. So let's go ahead and run that new code. So now if I go to general and I put in yo, I don't get anything, right? So then if I do at obfuscate yo, great. So now I see it only if it's coming to me. Now I don't, yeah, I could do something like that. And another way of doing this is like, okay, maybe I need to, like, what does the client library actually give me every time. Maybe I have, damn, it looks like I just got freaking bitten. Maybe I'll have, oh, how can I get it to where it only looks at me or only looks for me? User input arguments, so configuration files. Okay, secret passcode. So I wouldn't mind having like the bot. Oh, okay, so this is kind of cool. There isn't like a lot of stuff, a lot of other stuff that you have to do to really get started. Like that's pretty much it. So adding more commands. So send. All right, if message context prefix. So let me just look through this here. Actually, let's just do this. I want to do something here. I want to respond to a message, so that'd be kind of cool. So you could probably respond to a message with like a whole list of things to do. One thing you can do is if message content. Here. Don't need that anymore. The message channel. So we're gonna do it in the channel, and we're gonna respond with some things like. All right, cool. We'll do this. Sheed. All right, cool. So shout out to Sheed We Here, man, and his channel. I think this would be. I think this is perfect because, yo, Sheed always be coming in. Yo, Sheed, we here, man. Like shit, we here. So if you're catching the playback on this, brother Sheed, man, that one's for you, man. And shout out to Richard Dixon, man. I haven't seen you in a while, man. I don't know if you're just like listening right now or catching the playbacks, but yeah, always appreciate you, man, and other people that show up. Gabe A. Who else, man? I think Sir Anthony is another one. Keep it techie. I need to talk with him, man, and get in contact with him about some stuff. But yeah, so if message and then message.send. All right, cool. So let's go ahead and boom. You know what happened? Let's kill the app, and I want to see if this disappears or if it changes in terms of the login status. It should. So if I do this, probably updates. No. All right. So it kind of keeps the bot logged in or shown as logged in, but there's probably nothing that will actually happen. So let's refresh. It should show that bot is probably down. No, shows it's still there. Yo. So you can message the bot directly. We'll see how that all works. But yeah, it still shows the bot is up and running. And we look at things and do things like that. We can see how things react and work and stuff like that. So we'll run it here and we'll do an at. Oh, see, it shows that it's not there. Wait. Okay, wait. Does it show now? No. So it didn't show me that it was logged in, but I'm seeing, see now when I go to a different channel, it shows that it's logged in or the bot is logged in. Yeah, but it doesn't show here. All right, we'll see. Obfuscate. I thought I discovered something there. Yo. Cheat we. I don't know. I get a kick out of that, man. That's cool. That is really cool. Programming is fun. You know, like it's just like, all right, cool. A bot. Sheed we here. Yeah, that's really cool, man. And then you can have like different slash commands eventually, I'm sure, where we can do stuff like that. So if somebody sends a message, then it can reply with some other stuff. So maybe we can even have it send a help list or something like that If we say like, obfuscate bot, send me the help or send me commands or something like that, you can do all those type of things here. So that's really cool. Okay. All right, cool. We'll keep that. Maybe like a little Easter egg or something. I don't know. All right, implementing your config file. Your token goes here. Require.json. See, I have like my JSON file. Or this is where I have my, what's it called file? This is how I do it. Prefix. The meaning of life, 42. Hey, shout out to Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Secret passcodes, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, all right. Passwords array. Please don't hack me. Makes sense. I don't think anybody will after reading that. All right, so configuration files, followers based on code in previous page. As you get deeper into development, you may need to interact with sensitive data or data that gets used in multiple locations, such as database passwords, API keys, command prefixes, a list of bot owner IDs. Having that kind of data hard coded in each of your files can be bothersome and less than ideal. This is where configuration files come in. They're great storing static data and can easily update in a single place. Okay, so storing additional data. All right, cool. Resulting code. All right, so we got all that stuff. Oh, okay, so let's see what the resulting code is here. Oh, okay, so they have connections to their GitHub, so that's good. Again, like, this is some of the stuff that you may or may not see in instructional videos and things like that, where it's like, okay, they do what's needed to get the project done. I'd like to do things where I go a little bit more into it. I'm a little bit more comprehensive, like deeper knowledge, maybe things that you shouldn't see or don't need to know, but it's there. So you're seeing how it's boring content, to be honest. Like, a lot of people don't want to look at stuff like this. So that's kind of like how it works on a regular basis, is where we look at these things and we don't want to see this shit, man. It's just like, this is boring content. But this is the stuff that you do as a programmer or coder, is you're looking at, API documentations, library documentation. You're making like cool little apps. Like if I go to Obfuscate and then, I can say yo or anything, and then it responds, she, we, here. So it's just like, okay, I can even say even further, if message content includes that, and message content we could do includes again, because we don't know how it's going to look. Includes I don't know how to make this case insensitive, so we won't. I don't know, I like top of my head, like we probably have to like take it and actually to uppercase, right? So we'll make it to uppercase and then includes yo. Yeah, so even if it's lowercase, it'll make it uppercase, and then it should compare properly here. All right, so I think this will work. All right, cool. So if I do this again, oh, okay, that just did that. Okay, if I do obfuscate, see, obfuscate shows up now. That was one thing I was looking at earlier. Is like, okay, obfuscate doesn't show up because it wasn't logged in. So that is indeed what happens. So I can do yo, so lowercase yo. Oh, includes is not a function. Okay, so I probably have to have this as like some type of variable. So like to uppercase and then goes right here. Yeah, program errors out. Includes, and we'll just say yo, lowercase yo. And we'll start our server again, or start our application again in this case. And then I'll do, no, that doesn't work. Okay, so that was just me testing it. Like if I went back and changed this, yo, what's up? Does it change? Does it do anything? No. All right, well, let's see if our our if statement, our conditionals even are picking up what we're putting down. Yeah, it works. So yeah, cool. So even if it's just yo, it'll be like she'd be here. So it'll be things like that, man, that you can do with this and with the application, and you can be like, all right, cool. I can do if conditionals based off of this, you know, like if it says, if I do obfuscate help. So let's write a code for that. So we can have multiple if statements here, of course. So message content includes. We'll make it. I think the word is implicit. Yeah, implicit. Hold on. Implicit. Oh wow, that's a cool picture. Give me a sec. I'll show it to you guys. Capable of being understood from something else. Use expressed, implied. Oh, I think it's explicit is the right word. We're all about learning. Fully revealed or expressed without vagueness. I think it's explicit. So we can explicitly say help, right? And there's other ways we can do these different commands as well. So even if we do in the channel we don't have to do at the obfuscate bot. The bot can monitor the channel, and if I say exclamation point help or something like that, then it'll do that. It'll go ahead and give me help, or it'll give me help commands or something like that. So if message content equals, so it'll be like definitely help. Oh, and we'll do an and here. And this is just because I don't know any better, and I know I'm sure there's a better way that this will be done. But if you at the obfuscate bot and ask for help, then it'll say, oh, how have fun with it. May I use cool. So now our bot again. What did I do? I added an extra thing here, I guess. Yeah. Okay. Again, when you like actually have this running in the actual app file and it's running a server, a lot of that stuff will be revealed to you by PM2, and you know all the linting will be done just to make sure that it doesn't run with bad code or syntactically incorrect code. So now I have this running, and I'm going to at the bot and say help, right? And it's not going to send anything back because I did it wrong, I guess. Okay, so message content. All right, so and equals help. Nothing, okay. So I got something here that's wrong. So if message.content includes, oh, okay. So yeah, it has to include. And the reason why it has to include like that, because the message content itself doesn't equal help. It actually equals this and then the actual message help. So that's why that's there. And I can condense this to something like this, I think. Yeah, and I can do the same thing with this up here. But we'll do that in the next iteration. Again, that's just making things a little bit straightforward. So, all right, how may I help you? All right, cool. So that's there. But these are some of the cool things you can do. So like, for instance, even that, I can just condense it down to yo. Yeah. And I mean, you can do other things. So for instance, try something out here. So if we have like slash command or specific command, so maybe we have exclamation point or dollar sign. Maybe a channel has like something dollar sign, right? Let's actually code that up here. So if message includes, if message, if message, so we won't do includes, we'll do, the message has to just say money. So dollar sign money. Where the cash? And that's all. That is actually a question. So content. Okay. So if I do dollar sign money, content is not a function. Oh, okay. Sorry. Content equals. So content is not a function because it's actually a string. And you can run functions against that string if we needed to, like includes. Is where I messed up there. So if I do money, yeah, so we can do where to cash at. So that way, if we do things like this and we prepend it with certain things, and we can have like a dollar sign or something like that, we can choose something where we put in the I want it like not even shebang, but if we're doing like say coding or something like that, usually you have the shebang, which is the no, shebang should be this, I believe. So that should be the shebang. We can even just do like this, just an exclamation point. The exclamation point is a bang, and then the should part of that. Like if you're writing a script or something like that, you would have something like a shebang. If you're writing like a bash script or even a node script, even bugs, damn bugs. Hold on, let me just make sure I got that syntax right because that's bothering me. Node.js boilerplate project. Yeah, shebang. Cool. Yeah, sorry. So, and another thing is like, what is that? Maybe I just got hacked. So another thing is like we have these what's it called? What I was trying to say here. We're exposing ourselves to the Discord API, and we have these ways of actually communicating back and forth, sending and receiving messages. Now we can start writing things based off of this, maybe even putting some HTML code in here. I'm not sure how this will all work and how this will all look, but I think this will be pretty cool. So we got the bot in place. We can see how certain things are occurring here. Let's see here. What else can we do? Adding more commands. So in this case, we have these different commands here. So message. Okay, message. All right, this page is a follow-up. Okay, a bot with nothing but a single command would be boring, and you probably have a bunch of command ideas floating around in your head already, right? Let's begin then. Here's what your message event should currently look like. So if we have a message, I don't know where all these R's came from. I don't know if I was typing them, but we'll see. So now we see where if I do like, $money or something like that, it says, okay, maybe we do this. Um, so it sends a Cash App tag or something like that. So now if you log into this and then you do money, I mean, if you want, I ain't gonna say no. So that's kind of cool. You put a little apostrophe there for the ain't. For the ain't. I don't even know, is that a word? It's a word now, isn't it? All right, cool. So, all right, that's authorized. You got the bot going. Channels are good. So if we do send, I mean, oh shoot, that wouldn't work. All right, cool. Talking about that last night, the different quotations that you actually have using the tick mark. That way you can use single quotes and double quotes within a line or a string. And you don't have to escape them because you can actually use the tick marks to encapsulate that string, which is nice. And then still do template you could do what's it called? String interpolation with a template string. So that's kind of cool. You can have all that stuff in there. Simple command structure. If ping, do bong, pong. You already have an if statement that checks messages for ping pong. Adding other command checks is just as easy as else if to your existing code. All right, that's cool, but I don't like to do else ifs in this case. We'd like just do, listen, if this, then do this. We might do else if we need to though. Okay, so then we can even do starts with and then prefix, and then the prefix is what we have in our what's it called, our config file. So that's something that's nice. So once we have that config file in place, yeah, so you'll have prefix and then token as well. So we can have that. I'll have those files separate, but that'll be something that we can actually use where we have the prefix for commands. And this is where that's where we would actually use things like the config file that they were talking about so that we can actually put all that stuff in there. Message content. So one thing I do want to see is what is a message? Like how does that look? So we'll just do console.log message content. Like what does a message consist of is a better way of saying that. So this will be the last thing I do because I'm just thinking about some other stuff I got to get done. All right, so if I want to get to say no, all right, so let's just see. Okay, your message is just that. It's a message. So let's see, and we don't want content, we want the full message. So maybe that should give us usernames and all types of other stuff. So let's do test. Yeah. Nice. All right, so with this, oof. All right, so that's a ton of stuff. Owner ID. Username, okay. So we can get stuff like the author. Get the create timestamp. So something like this is a big JSON object. ID. That looks like that's a server ID, and then there's the channel ID, most likely somewhere in here. Okay, so guild, and then the guild itself. Okay. So it's an array of guild members, I guess. So now that I know that, message, and this is it gives me the channel. That's cool. I want the author, and then author has user. So that has an ID. So, Okay, so we can do at, and then we can do so we got the home message, and we got the author, and then if we do an at for somebody, if I just take the original syntax that we have up here, where it's like the at shebang, so at shebang, or sorry, at banged, and then author, and then there's two. So author, I think this is it should be the ID. I don't know. I guess we could do the username too. I'm not sure, but avatar. Cool. So now we can just do that. No, that's not all right. I need to do, if I want to reference that, I just need to, it's a JSON object, so I just need to reference that key, and then that should be it. And then that would be my message here. And we are doing template literal, so I have to encapsulate it with $ curly braces. And that should fill in that ID. There, okay. And it's one thing that's nice. One thing that's good, and I do this often, is I'll look at output like this, make it a little bit smaller. I maybe even output this to a file or something, but I will do the message, and I'll take this, and then I'll put it in a notepad or something like that. I have this on my other screen, but I'll put this in a notepad, and I'll look at it, and I was like, okay, I have a static representation of that message, so, or save it to a file somewhere. So let me increase the font again for you guys. All right. So I'll do this here. No, I won't do this yet. So I'll do 0 and 2. And then let's make sure this looks good. We gotta save it. All right, so all right, cool. So I think we're good to go there. And let's do money. Hey, so be like, hey, Young Grizzly. I mean, if you want, I ain't gonna say no. Oh, that's cool. That is cool right there. All right, all right. So what's cool about doing stuff like that is that when you're now you can interact back with that person, or maybe you can add it, or like you can say, maybe like DM me or something like that, and then it'll be show up in a private chat or something like that. Yeah, that'd be kind of cool if you'd be like, yo, DMs, like, okay, like have another command called like slide in the DMs, right? So like that'd be kind of cool. We can have something like that. Message content, and it will do this. And we can add that prefix later on in our config file, but I'm not going to do that right now. So message channel send. So you can do the channel, but maybe I can like find some way to access that actual user. Okay. Popular topics, command handler, miscellaneous, parsing, sharding, voice, improving your dev, additional information. So making a currency system, storing data, key v, okay, partial status. And you see here where it says like message guild name. So you can do all that, like channel send. But I want to see where I can do not just a channel, but your username, bot, your username, user, your user ID. Okay, see, look, before we even like got to that part, I mean, reading would have helped, right? But it's like a message author refers to the user who sent this. For a full list of all the properties and methods for the author object, a method author class, check out the documentation page for it. So this is, okay, so this is the this is discord.js. Okay, so this is still the library that we're working with here. Discord.js.org. Oh, okay, that's kind of cool. Oof. See if I can do like direct messages. Let's see here, direct. Give me a sec. Let me see if I can find here. Client.user.cache get send message. Hope this helps. Okay, so yeah. All right, so if I wanted to, if they at me, it'll look something like this. So some ID. So that would be message author, the ID, and then message. Good. All right, so we'll take this out because we don't need that. We already have that there. Slide in the DMs. All right, so obfuscate. All right, cool. So I should have, if anything, it'll appear on the screen somewhere. I forget. I don't really know how that happens. So we'll see what it does. Node ready, and then slide in the DMs. Oh. Get is not a function. Client users dot get. So client dot users dot get. Oh, okay. So they updated it. I'm looking at this here. I'll put that in the chat. So this one, here we go. This is the old way of doing it. For anyone interested in how to do this with Discord JS version 12, here's how. All right, cool. So full push environment is asynchronous. Okay. So cache.get. So I have to add cache. It looks like. So users cache.get and send. And we run our stuff here. Where's our, there we go. Let's put this at the front here. All right, so hey, they talking to me. What's good? Yeah, that's what's up. All right. Oh, so we need to take out this console, the whole message. We don't need all of that right now, or yeah, we don't need all that right now. We'll leave it there though, just in case you want to break that down even further or add more to it, maybe even stringify that whole response. But we can see that, hey, listen, obfuscate bot was good, and then you can send information. So for instance, if you wanted to do like help or anything like that, you can send information directly to the person and go from there. So yeah, that's pretty cool. All right, cool. So inbox, get caught up. Okay. Member list. Look at all the people that are here. Oh my God. All right, so that's cool. Yeah, that's it. So that's it for now. I will upload this code here probably maybe tomorrow sometime. I got a couple other things I'm gonna do, and a couple other things I want to do in terms of testing, and then also got to do a little bit on the back end to get rid of certain files. Actually, we can do that now. Let's get out of this Nano server. Anything in the trash folder doesn't get sent, but we want to do ls server core. All right, and then it has core.js or config.json. So I'm not sure where I'm going to store that, but for now, I don't want that uploaded to the repo. So nano dot get ignore. Excuse me. All right, cool. Server core config.json. Awesome. Sensitive info. I'll change that later. Kind of like what we have with the system vars. JSON file, so that won't go up to the repo. And I mean, this trash folder doesn't get uploaded either, so you won't see any of this stuff. Maybe what I'll do is push this into Discord bot.js test. Okay, yeah, let's just push this into so you guys can see this. I was just thinking about this here, like, how can I make this to where, yeah, you just have to change that. I mean, it's a test file, like, no biggie. Actually, how can we get that? So if I got client, and that's just the message portion of it, I should be able to access things about the actual bot itself. So if I wanted to do client, obfuscate, just Discord.js. Yeah, let's look at this here. Okay. So we can do icon URL, toString, icon description, owner name. We can do ID. So the ID of the app. Okay, cool. So that's cool. What we can do is if the app, and we can generalize this a little bit. So in this case, I will move this from this folder to server and then controller. And then we'll just plop it in there. Yeah, that'll be fine. And what we'll do is make a dir server controller Discord. Yeah, I think I'll just do that. Discord, and then I'll move server controller. Discord. S2 server controller Discord. All right, cool. And then nano server controller Discord. Test. We'll do this here. And since we should have console.log, there's a test it here. If I do client, there's client and then there's client application. So, wait, what is client? Represents a client's OAuth 2 application, extends application. So if I do client, do I have anything here for ID? Oh man. Okay, so maybe I have, all right, so classes, I have a class of client, new Discord client, ooh, extends application. Yeah, I'm not sure if these are like two different actual programs here or two different functions. We can. So discord.js, we do guide. Let's just go to discord.js, we'll look at it, and then we'll look at the actual source code. So let's look at our source here. Client.js. And do they have this other thing here? What was I looking for? Client application. Okay. Client. So all these things are different. Yeah, client user, so client application. So if I was to redo this, yeah, I'll just, to make it simpler, client app, client application, and this should expose it here. And then I can do things like client app. And then I'll do client app.id. Properties, client app.id. All right, cool. So I can, and then I can do node server controller Discord. Cannot read property of ID of undefined. Okay. Client application. Okay, I spelled it correctly. Okay, where is this? This is on interfaces, application. So which, that is line number 3. Maybe I can't call it. Console application name, application. Okay, so you can do a name. You can do .name, owner of the OAuth application. All right, so created, you do name, and then to string. Okay, that's nice. It connects to the. Oh, okay. Let's see. Does it have code examples? Oh, okay, cool. So it goes to it in Discord, or not in Discord, in GitHub, and it links to the actual source code. So this dot name. Hmm. Snowflake. The util Snowflake base. So maybe I'm referencing the wrong thing here because it says it extends application. So if I go to application, so maybe I just need to do application. It's not working. Hmm. Weird. Not weird, but I don't understand it. Okay, so I want to Google it, but at the same time, I want to actually get to understand this a little bit better. So class application extends base this.id, data.id. Let's read this. Cannot read property ID of undefined. So it's not defined. Why is it not defined though? Where should it be coming from? So application.js, fetch assets to JSON. Oh, that's cool. You can do everything to JSON, to string, this, that, name. I'm making sure I spelled application correctly here. Yeah. Comments, client app, new Discord, client app. Okay. I mean, if I was to look at the documentation here, read only, ID, the ID of the app, type Snowflake. Huh, I don't understand what that means. A Twitter Snowflake, except the epoch is. Oh, okay. I've never heard of. I know what a snowflake is. It's unique, but I didn't know there's like a standard in a sense. All right, that's cool. Create a timestamp. That icon. That ID. App ready to work offline. Okay, that's cool. All right, so ID of the app. So these are your different classes. Where is type definitions? So I mean, you can see I can do client, so I'm thinking I could address it in the same way, but And this is cool to see all this here because now we can see, okay, all of these different things here that you can actually do in terms of events. So it's like if anything happens, you know, you can get information based off of that. So that's nice. So fetch application obtains a, okay. So returns a, so I can do fetch application and then client application. Oh, okay. So I could do it all through this library. So I don't need another definition of it. It probably doesn't, well, no, it exists. They just gave us something, but it just does. I'm not actually in the right way. Put it like that. So client, and then I can do fetch application. Fetch application. So fetch application. If I do fetch application, then I can do .id. Hopefully. Cannot find module. Oh, okay. Where is this? We are in Discord. Oh no, I don't need to do that anymore. I'll move out 2 folders. Right. And then oh, okay. I don't have to wait for a message to get this. To address that, put it into a variable. Oh wow. Oh, okay. All right, that's fine. Oh, and then I need to actually call it. That's why. Oh shoot. Oh, it's undefined. Hmm. All right, we'll just do fetch application. Maybe I'm referencing it the wrong way. Maybe I can do this. Promise. So I have to do async await here. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So if I wanted to do that, no, it's going to be undefined regardless. All right, well, we'll play that game in a sense here. So client login. I'll make this asynchronous. Oh, wow, I didn't even notice it had messages written out that way. Async. App ID. Fetch application. Guild preview. Okay. So template then. Oh, okay. So I could do it's Denable, so that's cool. So fetch guild template. Okay, so if it's thenable, I could have didn't think about that actually. Just about anything could be thenable, I believe. Actually, not anything. Take that back. And then do I don't want to use response here. I don't know why. I don't want to use it. All right, so nothing. Okay, so that's because. All right, cool. Let's do this. Take that away. I'll leave the things around it, the parentheses, because I feel comfortable with that. All right, so that's that. Cool. All right. So we have access to our application ID. I do want to kind of just return this. If it's a thenable, I think I could just return this. I don't know. I don't think I can return it. And there's a different ways you could do this. So let app ID equal, and then app.info. I don't want the entire info. Oh, that's why it doesn't exist, because it's client application. So .info .id. App info, client info ID. Sorry, I was having a bit of a brain fart there. Yeah, I can't return anything. Great, I knew that. I had that feeling. Let's see if I can remember how to write these things. And then make this async. Async. And then arrow function. Get that out there. Boom, like that. And then I will do this here. We can return that client dot. Okay. So. Damn, what do we do here? Oh God, what do we do? So we're assigning the output of a function or the output of an anonymous function to a variable, and we have to do something like this. Oh. Darn it. I'm trying to remember what the hell to do here. Return client. So what we want is, okay, so App info. Say app info equals this here. And we're gonna await this. That's what we need to do. Right, and then what we're gonna do is return app info. App info dot. All right. I think there's even a Venable way of doing that as well. Yeah, I think there is. So we'll just do console.log and we'll do app ID and see fails. It's pending, ID of undefined, ready. Okay, so that did not work the way expected it to. Console log app ID. I think, Jesus Christ, I just don't do this enough. Or I should know this and I need to practice it more, put it like that. Just take accountability for it, you know? So let app ID equal, yeah, that doesn't do anything. I won't return anything. Yeah, I don't know. It's so wrong. ID. Not read property of ID. Cannot read property of ID. That is line number 17. So that's there. Client app equals client ID. App info. Okay. It's a promise, and I want to resolve that promise. Let's take this out. This here. Return. So I don't know if I have that access. I have access to that. I don't know what's going on with that. Most likely because it's just not. The promise is not resolved. It's pending. Oof. If I have async await, it shouldn't do the yet. Oh goodness. It doesn't error out though. Yeah, I'll have to just research how to resolve my promises because I don't know what I'm doing wrong here, especially if it's like async await here. Hold on, let me just do this real quick. Return. Oh, God. Like the hardest thing is like working with damn promises. To me, at least. I mean, you can access the value from the promise here. Yeah, but I want to be able to run it. I mean, what I probably have to do is have some type of extractor function, which is, I don't want to do that. I really just don't want to do that. I really do not want to do that. Do something with the output. I mean, yeah, I mean, I could just do something like this. Yeah, so I mean, I could do something like this where I do let app ID just be there, and then client, run the client here. I like to do these all in one, you know, so this is just not how I like to do these things, but it's what it is. And I don't have high level awaits, I believe. So like I essentially you can write an await statement without actually have it encased in an async function. But here I'll do that there. Excuse me. So app info, and I will just have it output the app ID or app info. We can just have, we don't have confusions with names or anything like that. Cool. Only problem is this, you know, when will this execute? Will I have it? Will it be ready when I need it? Things like that. So console log. App info. So now when I get a message, let's see. Oh, any message then. So it gives me the app info, gives me everything there. All right. So what we'll do is app info, and we'll see if we can access the JSON object. And this is not by any means, like, I don't think this is going to be perfect or working properly, to be honest. So it's just client application, but I think, even though I'm saying client application here, yeah, I know this is not going to work. So sometimes when it outputs stuff like this, it'll give you the class name. Oh, I think this is the class name, or this is what's defined as the class name by the documentation. It'll give you that, but really all you're accessing is the JSON object here. So it'll give you that, it'll output this, but you don't really, this isn't the key. And then the JSON object here is the value. This is just telling you, hey, this is client application class, telling you what this is. So when I was referencing it earlier, it wouldn't access it. I had that, we saw that with, when we were doing working with the Coinbase API, and it would always say base, 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 and it's just like, but I can't access that key. It's kind of, why is it base? Why is it base? So, yeah, that's kind of where I'm getting that vibe. That's what that is. Great, cool. Exactly what I was thinking. All right, so now all that, just so we can just do here. I can do let app ID equal app info ID. And I guess, can I await that? I don't know. Should I even await that? No. Yeah, so I define app info. And honestly, this is not the right way to think, but I'm gonna let you know how I'm thinking. This is already resolved before any of this stuff comes in. The app, so this is ran and working, and then let app info is already there. It's already defined, and then this already assigns it by the time you're running anything. That is totally wrong way of thinking, and I need to fix that. So I'm not sure how to fix it yet. The only thing I can think of is if I do that, I do something like this. I put it in there, and then I put an await. So then it awaits it, and then everything gets defined properly. And then see, yeah, so since it awaits it, it won't resolve this until it's actually sure, or it's actually resolved. Or sorry, it won't put this value in until it's actually resolved. Like it won't run this other code here. There we go. It'll run it synchronously in a sense. So it'll run this first, wait for it to resolve, and then it'll run all the rest of the code. I don't know if that'll cause problems later on, but just do app ID here. And the same thing. So this way, your app ID, it could be anything in terms of what your app ID is. Yeah, cool. Great. And then if I wanted to obfuscate, and then what is my command here? Yo. Oh, spaghetti-o. Oh, yeah, there we go. Those are not template strings. These are, there we go. So now it should, or it will work after this. Money. Right, so now if I do obfuscate, cheat we here. All right, cool. So another thing I want to do is, if I want to do something a little bit cooler, right? Let's just get rid of this here, and then it responds to that person instead of to like say the whole group. And we did that when we access the message. So we can add that person by doing that. And I can take out like, no. Let's replace the help though with this. So if you talk to the bot directly, that'll be cool. But then if you just do help, then that'll be cool there too. Right. So now if I do help, it'll be like, how may I help you? So it'll message me directly that way. And then the same thing if I do at obfuscate, or if I directly talk to the bot and say, yo, it'll be like, she'd we here. So then that gets highlighted there. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll leave it there, and I got some cooking to do. I got a lot of cleaning to do. I got some of my dishes. So, but yeah, guys, if there's anything else you guys want to know or anything else like that for those that have made it to the end of the stream, I hope the quality is better on this now. I'm doing this from a computer in my sunroom, and I think I'll be doing all my streams from here from now on. It's less screens, but it's working well enough, so I'm glad with that. And we got 1080p streaming, so paying for that every month. I gotta add that to my budget and make sure that's all squared away. You guys let me know if there's anything else that you guys want to look at, but this will be, for a while, we'll be working on this as our secondary project. It'll probably be backburnered at some point, or put to the background to where I'm just working on it, and then we move on to something else that might be cool, because that's kind of what the Saturday streams are. It's just exploring new things and working with new projects. And I'll figure out how I'm going to deal with working with a whole bunch of different projects at once, or how we're going to deal with all that. So I'll figure it out and figure out the scheduling and work everything in, and make sure that we're also completing projects as well, because that's a big deal. It's like, it's no point in doing these projects if you're not really completing them. That's just how I see it. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. As always, thank you very much for listening, for those that have made it to this point, and I hope it actually was informative in some way, shape, or form. Alrighty, peace.